Okay, now that we have learned how to take fractions and place them into decimals, we're now going to do the opposite, and we're going to look at how can we take decimals and convert them to fractions. So I'm going to now write decimals to fractions. I'm on page 93. Okay, let's start with writing our objective. So today I can convert decimals to. Okay, really quickly, let's draw a place value chart just so that we remember what each place value means. So I'm going to draw a box. Let's do 4. So 1, 2, and 3. And let's split it in half. Okay, so we have our ones. And then we have our decimal. And we say the decimal as and. So if we had a whole number, it would be like 1 and 2300ths or something like that. And then we have our tenths. And then we have our hundredths. Okay, so this is our tenths. And this is our hundredth place value. Okay, so let's say, for example, we had like 53. We would say 0 and 53, and then whatever number you end on, you say that place value. So 0 and 53 hundredths. And the fraction would look like this, right? 53 hundredths. Okay? Okay, so our steps for today are step 1, say the decimal, right? Because once you say it, then you're able to figure out what the fraction's going to be. Step 2 is convert to a fraction. And then step 3 is plot fraction on number line. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's say that we had a question that said, what is as a fraction? Okay, step 1 is to what? Say it. So we can look at this decimal and think, okay, this says 0 and 2, think about our place value chart, 2 tenths. So I would just write 2 tenths. So I'm going to say it, let's say and write. Add this to my steps. So I'm going to say it and then I'm going to write it. Step 2 is to then convert it to a fraction. So 0.2 or 2 tenths is equal to exactly how it sounds. 2 over 10. 2 tenths. 2 tenths. Okay? Step 3, I now need to plot it on a number line. So I'm going to draw, it's out of 10, so I'm going to do 10 equal parts. So I'm going to draw 9 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So I have 1 tenth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then my last one over here would be 10 over 10. Okay, so first I need to do is plot it. So I can just go right to here, and here I have 2 tenths, which is the same as saying 0.2, right? Because 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, right? And in between you would have all of your lines, but we don't need to draw them for here because it's an even, it's just 2/10. So if it was like 23 out of 100, then we would have to draw these lines because we have to figure out where it was in between the 2 and the 3, but for this one, we're all set there. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do, what is as a fraction? Okay, step 1, say and write it. So we would look back at our chart. Oh, and we already did this one up here. So when we place it on our chart, we have 53, and then whatever number place value we stop on is the word that we say. So this is 53 hundredths. So I'm gonna write 50 3 hundredths. Okay. Step 2 is to convert it to a fraction. So 53 hundredths is equal to exactly how it sounds. 53 over 100 is the same thing as 53 hundredths. Okay, last step is to put it into a number line. This one's going to be out of 100. So instead of 1 over 10, we're going to do 10 over 100, 20 over 100, 30 over 100. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to draw my number line. I'm still going to do 10 equal parts. So draw 9 lines. 2, 9. But now I'm going to do 10 out of 100. I'm going to go by tens. 20 out of 100. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70, 80, 90, and then my arrow would be 100 over 100, which is 1. Okay, so we are looking at 53 hundredths. So I'm just going to write it just so I'm aware. So this is what we need to plot. 53 is right in between 50 and 60. So I'm going to draw my lines in between. So from 50 to 60, there's 10. So I'm going to draw 9 lines. 8, 9. And then I'm going to count to 3. So 51, 52, and 53. So that line plot would be 53 hundredths or 53 over 100. Okay, sound good? Okay, I'm gonna give you, I'll give you 100 ones so you can look at this chart or this number line as an example. So I'm gonna give you this decimal, and I want you to convert it to a fraction and plot it on a number line. Okay, all right.